Hello, entrepreneurs. Happy Friday evening. Joe DiChiara bringing you another amazing episode of Joe DiChiara Presents How to Win at Business. And I am proud to say that this show is being brought to you by the best sponsor in the universe, Bedrock University. Visit Bedrock University today. We are actually covering my new course that I'm putting up there. That's actually up there, and I'm still tweaking a little. I'll always be tweaking it because that's just what we do as entrepreneurs. And if you are new to the show, if you don't know me, like I said, my name is Joe DiChiara. I am a serial entrepreneur with a CPA license. I've worked with thousands of small business owners over a long career. Starting basically when I was 10, and I started a casino in my driveway that my mom quickly shut down because I guess she thought that 10-year-old kids should not be making money running a casino. And at that time, I really didn't agree with her. And it's 50 years later now, and we're still talking about it. So if you're a kid, just a message to parents out there. If your kids want to do something cool, like start a casino, just let them do it. I would have gladly split the profits with my mother and father, happily, but they just shut me down. So, that's part of my story. I'm still holding some resentment against it. And part of my contribution, part of my way of giving back for that injustice is to provide information like this to you, the solopreneur, the new business owner that doesn't want to go through all the trials and tribulations somebody like I have. And not just stuff that I've gone through personally with my own crazy entrepreneurial endeavors, but what I've witnessed thousands of other business owners do. And I got some pretty interesting stories. But the real story, the most important story, is the story that I want to help you create. And that's the story of your business. And tonight, what we're going to be talking about, my training, is my course on new business mastery. And this is part of the strategy that I use to help people win at business. And when I talk about winning at business, pretty black and white to me. Besides the fact that, you want to enjoy everything that you're doing, if possible. If you're lucky enough, like me, to be in a business where I could actually spend the bulk of my time doing stuff that I love doing, writing, creating, helping people organize their business. If you're lucky enough to do that and have more money and or goodwill at the end of the day than you started out with, that's how you win at business. Too many people go into business and they just never win. And it's not like they lose, but they just never get to enjoy the real fruits of being an entrepreneur. The luxury of being able to sleep late if you want, of not having to call, ask for a vacation day. And then also the insanity of having to stay up 3 nights because some idiot client got you everything the last minute. And you have to get this job done or you're going to be out of business. So that's how we win at business, from one extreme to the other. But along the way, life is happening. This is one of the things that they didn't teach me in CPA school. Along the way, as you're doing your business, no matter how much money you're making or even losing, there's something going on called life. there's something going on called life. And what I've learned, the way that I chose to organize my business, is to figure out the best way to enjoy my life and make a massive amount of money. And if I only make a lot of money, that's fine. Because if I make a lot of money and I enjoyed the time in between, that's a win for me. So that's what this is all about. And also the fact that my good friend and buddy Zig Ziglar, who I never actually met, but I consider him a friend, because he told me one of the most true, profound, simplest laws of the universe, which was if you help enough people, you could get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. And that's what I'm here for, folks. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. If you are watching, give me a hashtag live if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay for obvious reasons, which I still don't know yet. But if you have any questions on this, just post them in the chat box. I'm actually getting better at recognizing that people are actually, and most of the time it's one person. It's my friend Elizabeth, because I pay her to do that. So, but sometimes there's people that I'm not paying to do that. And I'm kidding. I don't pay Elizabeth to be part of the thing. I appreciate all of the support and the feedback. But the fact is that I'm here to help you, the new business owner, the solopreneur. And I'll tell you why. Here's the problem, folks. Life is difficult. And I took this from a book that I read, The Road Less Traveled. And I think this was like the first sentence. And it stuck with me, because what it did for me was it made me realize that I'm not the only one that life is tough for. It turns out that life is tough for everyone. And I thought it was just me. So then it was like, oh, it's not the whole world against me, so I could relax. It didn't make it less complicated. It's still complicated. But what I did was I went and I made it even more complicated. And that's what we do, folks. That's what we do as entrepreneurs. We take something that's already complicated and tough, and we add, oh, we're going to start a business today. And that makes no sense. Just like it made no sense for Thomas Edison to try the light bulb experiment like 9,999 times, and he figured out that 9,000 plus times that how it wouldn't work. Why didn't he just stop? Imagine if you were married to that guy and every night he's going and he's like, oh no, I gotta, just one more. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden, I'm glad that he did it, but that's just total insanity, folks. I'm sorry. And that's why, so it's no surprise that when we go into business, first we have all of this life stress. It's hard enough just like staying the right weight or not smoking. Now we're going to go and put all of this other stress on ourselves. What a surprise that so many businesses fail. It used to be a mystery to me. I would say, well, it's not supposed to be like this. You're supposed to go into business to make money, and it should be easy. No, it's not easy. It's complicated. It's getting even more complicated because of technology. And so if you're not in business yet and you're thinking about it, I'm going to tell you really to think twice about it before you put your family and your friends and yourself through it, because it's not all the bed of roses. Okay, it's not supposed to be. And once you could accept that, and the fact that so many people fail because, and this is what is ironic, folks. It's complicated and confusing, but as entrepreneurs, we make it even more complicated. And I could prove it through time and time again, stuff that I've done and stuff that I see other people do, other friends, other entrepreneurs, clients. And it takes somebody else sometimes to look at it and say, you could be doing this so much easier. And that's what my job is here, folks. What I have decided is that my goal with all of my trainings is to help make your business fun, simple, and profitable. Or simple, fun, and profit, however you want to do it. If you're having fun, fine. If you like it being complicated, that's fine too. I don't know if I could help you, because what I like to do is make things less complicated. So if I haven't totally confused you yet, let me try now with, I'm gonna start going into what my new business mastery course is all about. And this is just another example of some of the things that we do as entrepreneurs. We take something simple and we'll overcomplicate it. We'll take stuff that's already complicated and make it even more complicated. But we also take stuff that is extremely simple and just make it complicated. And I'm not, normally I would say, oh, for me, this is how no, it's a blanket statement. Anybody that is an entrepreneur that wants to debate me on this, we could go through your history and see all of the stuff that you've done. And there are things that we just do. We just overcomplicate things. And that's what I was just telling a client this morning. That's why we need things like masterminds, coaches, we need mentors, we need other people to see what the heck we're doing. Because, and again, this is part of being an entrepreneur, and this is part of what my course is about, is about educating entrepreneurs, people that have never been, about what's in store and what to expect. Okay, because these are givens. These are givens, folks. So what I started with New Business Mastery was a simple checklist. And I said, let me just go, what are like the normal things when somebody wants to start a business? What are like the obvious hot points that people either miss or don't know about? And I'll just make a list about them. Just for marketing, and so I know how to serve so I started this list. And that's what it started as. And so who was I was building the list for people. It wasn't just for me. It was for people that were thinking about starting a business. People that already decided to start a business or recently started a business. Okay, so basically those new micro small business owners, you can call them freelancers, solopreneurs, small business owners, but the people that are, who you are, because you're probably watching this and you're saying, oh my God, was I supposed to know that? Or that's what you're going to say when you get done with this. You're going to say, how come nobody told me about this? Okay. Well, the information's out there, folks. if you have like 3,000 years to sort through everything on the SBA website. Okay, so I was targeting those people that don't know what they don't know, basically. But then there's also this other segment of people that have been in business a while, and they're humble and wise enough to know that there's no way in heck that they know everything. I know that I don't know everything. I can't. How is it even possible? I might know everything about how to do a bank rec because there's only so many ways to do it, and it's math. But when it comes to business, it's changing all the time. What you already have is a complicated conglomeration of a mess inside a paradox, inside a black hole, all being manipulated by politicians. Okay? They change the rules and the regulations on a daily basis because if they didn't, they would have nothing to do. So it's like the politicians' jobs are to keep people like me busy. So if you want to know about what you don't know or should know, that's what New Business Mastery was intended for. Just a simple list, and it grew. And what you're going to get from this course, if you decide to take it or just listen, or you can buy the book, you could take the course, you're going to have every opportunity to get this content if you want it. But you're basically going to get a clear understanding of all the stuff that nobody wants to be bothered with, all the stuff that goes on in the back office, all the the compliance issues, the stuff that, oh my God, I got to deal with this. Well, unfortunately, it has to be dealt with. And that's the blatant truth, folks. That's the unfortunate fact and part of the insanity of when you start your own business. Because what you signed up for is a whole lot of stuff that is boring, it's a pain in the neck, it's not fun, it's not sexy, but I am here to make it simple for you. Okay, can't make it easy, but I can make it simple. Now, if you do choose to take the course, and there's a lot of ways to do this, like I said, it will definitely relieve stress. You're going to be able to proceed with confidence, and you're going to save the good old time and money, obviously. Because listen, if you're armed with the information, think about this. If you're going on a vacation, and let's say you go to Disney World, okay? Disney World. Now you have two choices. You can either get the map, which tells you all of the things that you can do, or you could just walk around aimlessly. So that's your choice. You could. So this is the map. This is the amusement park map. And that's how you can look at it. So what is the course? This is basically, I'm going to go through what the guts of the course are, the different lessons, and then you can decide for yourself if this is for you. If it is, great. If it's not, maybe you know somebody that it might help. So, we do the typical orientation. I'm going to go through why most businesses fail, how you can increase your chances of success, and I'm going to go through some of the fundamentals. Vince Lombardi said winning is a habit, and that's the truth. If you know what the fundamentals are, if you follow them, whether you like it or not. I don't know about you, but I didn't like getting up early in the morning and go to school and have to brush my teeth every day. But I had to do that. So now here are the lessons. Why start a business? That's pretty obvious. Maybe it's not obvious. There are what we call accidental entrepreneurs. I talk about this all the time. There are millions of people that one day wake up and realize that they are in business because either they got a letter from the IRS saying that they forgot to report all of this money they made on Amazon or something like that. Or they were the Uber driver that got a 1099 and didn't know that they had to pay self-employment tax on it. Okay, so there's a whole segment of people that are actually in business but don't know that they're in business. So it's much easier to succeed if, number one, you know that you're in business. That's important. But then if you actually have your why are you starting a business? Like I said in the beginning, it's not going to be easy, even if it's a side gig. If there's easy money, and this, I would tell my clients this all the time, if there's easy money out there to be made, don't you think I would be doing it? If there was something that was so easy and so like a no-brainer, I would be doing it. Probably. So we start with why. Why start a business? I'm not getting into your whole purpose. What are you living here? Specifically, why are you trying to make money from your knowledge, from your skill? Because that's what a business is. You're organizing your knowledge, and you're turning that knowledge, that energy, into cash. Okay. The benefits of business ownership. A lot of people go into business and they don't even know what some of the benefits are, or they don't go into business because they don't know what the benefits are. If they knew what the tax benefits were, then maybe they would start their business. And then hopefully they're going to start it right. And in lesson 3, I am going to point out all of those obstacles. You see, that's how this really started, folks. I said, there's so many different things that we got to keep track of. And I started out by just making a list of all the government agencies. So, give you a heads up, it's a list, and some of the agencies are on there, and you're going to say, oh, I didn't know that Homeland Security was interested in me. Well, yeah, every business in the United States, Homeland Security has their eye on, one way or another. Then we get into how to start a business, because I've had plenty of people that actually started the business. Let's just say they didn't start out right. So there are logical sequences that have to happen when you start a business. And if they're not in sequence, that's what causes some problems. Then how do we actually do business? There are business best practices. There are things like, you don't want to commingle business and personal funds. You want to document things. How do you actually conduct your business? Lesson 6, books and records. It's the, I got an audit letter. They want me to bring something down called books and records. What are those? Do you have them? That's a question that I got from a client that got an IRS audit. What are I need books and records. Is that my QuickBooks file? No, I'm going to explain what your books and records are, because that's one of those things that when you sign up to be a business owner, you sign up to keep accurate books and records. And that's where people get into problems, because they don't know how to keep them. And then I'm going to follow it up with some awesome paperless file systems. Okay, because now, folks, let's face it, it hasn't gotten easier. It has not gotten easier. That's another thing. When we went paperless, it was supposed to get easier. It got a lot more complicated. And the thing is, people don't realize how complicated it is until they got to start trying to find their documents. this is a big one now: payroll, compliance, and independent contractors. You'll be hearing a lot more about this if you're in a state like California. You've been hearing about it for years, where basically they are coming in and trying to say that everybody's an employee unless you prove that they're not. Okay, and there's a lot of ramifications: tax, legal, insurance. It's the now that they got the sales tax thing on the internet down, I think that this is going to be the next thing. Then I cover business financing, because a lot of people don't understand what business financing is, how to get it, how to build it, and how to keep it away from your personal financing. And last but definitely not least are financial reports and tax returns, which, if you are in business and you don't know what a balance sheet and a P&L are, you really need to at least take this lesson, because that's what your accountant is using to prepare your tax return. So these are the 10 hot areas that I identified when I was going through, what are the things, all these years that I see people miss the boat on, they get hurt on, the things that cost them money and cause them to fail. That's it. And now I do have a special offer, because like I said, I do have this course up on Bedrock University. Right now it's listed at $97. It comes with a lot more than just the text, because then you could just buy the book. But there's going to be a lot more interactive spreadsheets, worksheets, stuff that you'll be able to actually use and implement. And the offer is this, that the coupon is FB Live. Okay, so if you go to bedrockuniversity.com and you can register for the university for free, and then you find the course. Most of the courses up there are free right now, and mine, the New Business Mastery, is $97, like I said, because it is going to come with a lot of added bonuses and worksheets and stuff. So you're going to go there. And the bad news is this offer is only good until tomorrow. Okay, because I put these videos up on YouTube. Unfortunately, this is only going to be if you have watched this basically, in the next 20 or 30 hours. You can get that course and everything that goes with it for free. FB Live, again, that's the offer. It's a freebie. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it. If you want to connect with me on any of these issues, anything that resonates with you, if you want to talk about the New Business Mastery, if you want to talk about being a professor in Bedrock University, connect with me. You can go to timewithjoe.com, and that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Thank you for joining, and I hope that this was beneficial. If not, I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.